What is up, guys? Evildoers Arm here today, and today I have for you the the combination of the Blade and Soul leveling guide we've been working on here for the after the Secrets of the Stratus update. Basically, what this is a compilation of each of the individual parts of the leveling guide, and so if you want to see those in more detail, then you have to go ahead and watch those videos. They'll all be linked in the description below. This is those videos sped up another 4 further times to knock the video time down to 20 minutes. So if you do have problems viewing these, or if you have problems with these, I recommend watching the less sped up versions of this. Otherwise, just go ahead and listen to the commentary over the top of these videos here to give you an idea of what to do. So anyway, what you're going to want to do is head on through the first part there where you went through the tutorial up to the bamboo lookout. Through that point, you're going to do all of the side quests, and basically to give yourself these early levels that you need. It'll put you to level 10 in about 15 minutes. After that point, you're going to get up to Foshi Pyres, where you're also going to pick up the side quests, but you aren't going to do all of them. All you're going to do is the Killing the Wolves one, along with the Killing the Stalker Jingshi boss that's over there. Do those 2 side quests. Pick up the side quests when you get to the second point in Foshi Pyres, up by the tree over here, where you just saw me right there. You want to go ahead and pick up the quests that are inside of those 2 dungeons. They give you a solid amount of experience, and you have to do them anyway to get to the boss. When you get to this place, try and stay ahead of the guy that you're escorting, because he needs to reach those points, and if he reaches a point, he'll reset if he's fighting something. So through here, once again, just go ahead and make your way through this, following through the story. Not much to do here. I'm basically just going to give you highlights of what you need to do, what side quests to do along the way here, key points to pick out. For more detail, once again, go and check out the videos. Back at that last place you saw me doing the Kill the Crab side quest, make sure to do that. It gives great experience for its level. In the Dream Drift over here, go ahead and do the 2 quests, the 2 quests that you can pick up there for the Dream Drift. They're both super easy to do, and you have to do them anyway. Well, you don't have to do them, but they give you about 1,000 experience for doing those 2 quests. Over here, you're going to pick up all of the side quests in this area. A lot of people don't like to do these ones because they take some time, but these are the side quests that make it so you do not have to do any, basically anything else in the game. These little bits of side quests here. So this is the order for the crafting gathering guilds. So I got that up on the screen. Go ahead and pause it if you want to go ahead and see that. That's the order to do the crafting and gathering guilds in the Jadestone Village to give you the most amount of time. That's a free 7,000 experience. It's actually a lot of experience at this level. It's going to give you about a level and a half. So that plus those quests that we were just doing a minute ago are going to put you over the top for completing the game and having enough experience. Right there, we also do the quest to transition us between these 2 little villages here, where there's the swampland down there and the Jadestone Village, because they do give a good amount of experience too. I believe it's 800 apiece. They changed this dungeon around a little bit, so you can just actually run right through pretty much the one where you get your Hong Wound skills. Over here, you're going to pick up the ones where you have to kill the guards, as well as pick up the dead soldier. Those are super easy to do. Over here is just plugging through the story, just follow the story quest, markers along, there's nothing much to do there. Pick up the next story quest and finish handing in any gathering guilds that you did. What you're going to have is 2 after you get done with that. If you watch the video, the shorter version, or the longer drawn-out version, you're going to see that there's 2 quests you have to do there. So you're going to do those 2 gathering guilds, then make your way out of the village before you head back. So when you head back, you got to turn those 2 guilds and pick whichever ones you want to use for the rest of the game. Anyway, going through here, you're going to pick up those side quests, not too bad, and make your way over to this little village. At this village, you're going to go ahead and do the 2 side quests that you get right at the start. They're super easy. Kill 8 of the one and kill a couple of the other one as well. Solid experience. And then you can go ahead and do these side quests here. You don't need to do the side quests for this area. Actually, you do get enough experience without doing these side quests. That I've gone through and found out by playing through on the Assassin. So don't do those side quests there that you saw, but do the 2 side quests at the start. Anyway, that's going to put you to level 20 before you get to the Viridian Coast here, the end of the Viridian Coast anyway. So go ahead and finish off any other story quests in the area. I believe you have to go down here to this Yute place, kill him, and then go ahead and kill off the Yute boss as well. Pretty easy to do, especially since you get 2 Dragon Bloods for it. Make your way back down and over to the coast over here where there's the Black Realm. I believe it's called the Supply Coast. Don't quote me on it though. There's a crafting node there. There's 2 crafting nodes there actually to go ahead and pick up, so make sure you pick those up. And then finish off the 2 story quests. You don't need to do the side quests there. Here you see me jumping into a Black Realm Narrow, so if it's a Monday and you're doing this, you will have the Black Realm Narrows dungeon up, and it should be lots of people in it to go ahead and get your Blight weapon that you're going to go ahead and use your Brilliant Viridian Key from surveys on. To give you a strong weapon for the rest of the game, up until about midway through the Cinderlands. Go ahead and make your way back to Bamboo Village after completing the Black Ram place, and it's going to send you over to the Cinderlands. So we're at the Cinderlands. It probably took us about I think it takes 2 hours maybe at this point to get this point, so you're doing pretty good time here, time-wise. Anyway, making your way through the Cinderlands, you're going to plug through story quests and pick up the occasional side quest. Nothing too crazy. If it looks like it's on its way to you, go for it. But I do believe this is the point where we stop doing side quests here. We're just going to be going beelines for main story quests. So yeah, see, right here in this little place, this little like cemetery darkened area, make sure you pick up the side quests here. You're going to do the one where you have to kill the revenants, but you're not going to do the one where you kill the things that look like clay dolls. I don't know what else to call it. I don't remember what they are. Make your way over to this dungeon, book through it, do all the side quests in this little area. They're super fast, super easy to do. They give you a good experience. So that was to level 25 at that point. So now we're going and continuing along. So we're going to be levels 1 to 30 in just under 3 hours. Go ahead and pick up the story quests, but do not do the side quests in this area. They take too long to get the lucky drops or the lucky spawns. It's not worth it. A lot of RNG. For this part, it is a bit difficult if you do not have a stealth class, so just be patient in that part. Don't try and rush it, otherwise you will get swarmed. Anyway, and now they give you the fast travel point to Sandstone Refuge. So take that fast travel point. Make sure you have your faction uniform so you can go ahead and buy the item. I recommend Cerulean Order for doing these quests, simply because the Cerulean Order is closer to the 2 points in the story quest that you need to do. So anyway, you're going to continue along through Sandstone Refuge. Just follow through the story. We're not doing any side quests here. Still not doing any side quests. Just plugging through the story using fast travel and realistic points. Once again, still doing story. Still only doing story down to this point here. Go ahead and make your way through this dungeon. I picked up the side quest there, but it really was no point in it. I don't end up actually finishing it. So go ahead and do the story up through there. Here we're going to pick up the 2 side quests because the 2 side quests that you get right there are actually just involved talking to 2 people down here. So it's free points here. So go ahead and pick up your free experience turning in those quests, turn in the story quest, which is also super easy here. Do surveys until you get the golden Deva essence, and then use the Deva essence to get the weapon on the wheel there. So go ahead and pick up your wheel weapon. And that wheel weapon is what you're going to use for quite a bit of time, actually. We're going to be using that all the way up until like level 30, I believe, the mid-30s. So go ahead and make sure you pick that weapon up for your next like 10 or so levels. Continue along with the story. We're not doing any side quests still. We're just only going story all the way through to here. The Cinderlands is very poor on those side quest experience with relation to the story quests, so just go ahead and make sure to do story quests only. Pick up that crafting note of that tree on your way up. Make your way through the dungeon. Pick up the little lightning stick. They give you a fast travel point, but you're not going to use the fast travel point. It's too far away. Go ahead and make your way through the dungeon here. You have to get to the end, pick up a flower, throw it at one of those guys, and then fast travel back. You could also walk it back and fast travel to this point. It's up to you. Either way, it's about the same amount of time. Make your way through these dungeons. Once again, we're still only plugging along with story through here. Cinderland's experience is bad. Yeah, so finish off these little quests here, make your way up to the next place, use your fast travel to get up to it. Eventually you're going to get to this point here where you can do these side quests if you want. They give decent experience, but I'm not doing them. It's not worth it, so continue along with the story quests. And yeah, so next you're going to get another Windstride point. Take your Windstride point, go ahead and do the story quest, make your way back out, and it's going to give you another fast travel. Now you got to wait for 2 minutes here because it's going to have you fast travel back. So do one of the Potter's quests that are there before you fast travel back to Yara's Mirage. Yara's Mirage, you're going to head on back and make your way up these mountains over here. When you get to these mountains, they're going to send you back into this, I forgot what it's called, Yes Men Playground, something like that. You're going to go down into the way to their little cave, go ahead and beat the little boss down there. It's nothing too difficult. You got to save the prisoners. They're going to send you to the Lycan village or the Linkati village, something like that, where you meet the wolf people. Jiaofeng village, there you go, it just popped up. Anyway, so in Jiaofeng village, once again, we're only doing the story quest. However, when you enter that first little dungeon, pick up the quest on the way through because it's actually like impossible not to do the side quest there. So go ahead and pick up your side quest for the free experience bonus. I believe it's 1600 experience. You're going to make your way through here. Here you're going to pick up a side quest where that girl, I don't know, it might have been too quick to see, but the little rat lady wearing glasses, talk to her and she will give you a quest. It's 3000 experience, super easy to do, you just have to kill one enemy. So make sure you pick that up. If you couldn't see it, then go ahead and check the description for this part of the video. Anyway, so we're going to continue along with the story quest though. For here, you can actually stand here and fall down in the crack when the boss breaks it before the floor actually opens up, so it puts you up a little bit of time. Over here, you just see me managing some inventory before heading over to the, Brightstone, I believe is where we're at. So Brightstone over here, the Brightstone occupation. Just play through the story quest here. It's kind of drawn out a little bit, a little cinematic. Do surveys while you're waiting, as you see right there, for things to play out, so you're always using your time well. Here they changed this quest, again from when I recorded this video the first time. You can kill the first 3 enemies in there. You don't have to go all the way through the cave. Like I said in the video for this one, I believe I said you had to kill every other enemy, but you can just go ahead and kill the first 3 now. They made it so they don't get angry with you anymore. Down here, you can give the items to the slaves without having to rescue all of them. Once you rescue 5, you're good to go, so you don't need to actually kill all the enemies there. After you rescue the 5, you can just book it right to the boss fight at the end of the area. So that's pretty cool to save you some time. When you get over to Green Hollow, I believe is what this place is called, you're going to have to go ahead and do a lot of running between points here. So save your fast travel back to Green Hollow after you've gone to the point in this, right? And then do some inventory management and fast travel to the next point. It saves more time than walking to Green Hollow, walking back, and then taking the fast travel at the end. You'll come out better for time. Over here, you can just go up and talk to the guy. You don't have to wait for Yura to disappear, so that's pretty cool. Save you some time on that. Kill the bears. Go ahead and do this little slash bow thing. Make your way across. Talk to her. She's going to tell you to kill some guys and save the guys up here. Make your way back down and make your way across. This is actually probably going to put you at about 39, I do believe, completing this quest. I think that's why the video is slowing down. Yeah, so 39. So next we're going to do levels 40 to 42, next little section here. So in this bit, just basically plugging through story. I mean, I don't know how to iterate it enough times. You're going to plug through the story, kill the boss over here. There are a couple side quests that we'll do along the way in this little bit, but nothing too crazy. It really is just a bunch of story walking. Here you can either wait for the fast travel or walk it over. It's going to take you about the same time. I was impatient, so I went for the walk to see if I could beat it by switching channels, but it doesn't matter. Plugging through the story here, and just plugging through the story. Kill the little enemies around here. You can pick up the side quests here, actually. It's not that bad of an idea. They give about 9,000 experience amongst the 3 of them, and it's a good amount of experience to go ahead and pick all those up. Down here, you have to go into this little cave area down here and rescue the guy, so pick up the side quest for the boss coming into that area. You have to kill the boss to get in or out, regardless, so you're going to have to do that side quest, so might as well get your 1,800 experience. Make your way over to the next area. Don't need to do any side quests other than the pig quest, where you have to kill a pig and give it to the lady. That's a 3,000 experience for little to no effort at all, so go ahead and do that one. Making your way down here, you're going to pick up the one where you have to kill Black Ram, 15 Black Ram soldiers. Super easy quest to do, especially since you got to do it to get over here anyway. So make sure you pick up that quest and hand it in. It's 3,600 experience. Really, really good amount of experience for a very little amount of work. Continuing along, got to save Jung Hado through here. Once again, try and stay ahead of Jung Hado and kill the enemies before he gets to them. Otherwise, he will stop and reset, and it'll delay you quite a bit. Down here, just make your way to the boss as fast as possible and make your way out. Don't pick up any of those quest marker things, because then they'll flood your inventory for the rest of your life, and it'll be very annoying. So yeah, I actually don't know how to get rid of them. But anyway, when you get to Fish Belly Pub, that's going to put you on 42. So going up to 45 now, go ahead and continue to plug through the story. There's a couple side quests we're going to do again. These are not one of them. So just go ahead and use the 1 lightning thing. They changed it so you only have to do 1 lightning pull instead of 3 now, so just do your 1 lightning pull. Move on, get to this turning over here. Head on over here. You could do the side quests here. They give good experience, but it's not critical. You don't absolutely need to do it. You're still going to get to it at the same level at any point. The same level 50 at the same point in the game at this point, no matter what side quests you do. You're basically set now for the rest of the time. Over here, I'm just going to plug through the story as fast as possible. Like I said when I recorded this video, and like I've done it about 12 times now playing through this section, it is one of the most boring sections of the game. It's a lot of running back and forth and a lot of killing easy mobs for very little experience, and it's just one of those grindy sections of an MMO that they all have. But anyway, you just have to walk back and forth, play through the cutscenes. Make sure you save some surveys to keep yourself from going crazy over here. Yeah, just basically run back and forth through these areas. I guess this is a good point to throw in a little interjection. I got a lot of Blade and Soul stuff on the channel, so if you're interested in seeing any of it, or if you're interested in like gold making guides, or any guides of that nature, what gearing guides, how to find stuff late game, where to find items, go ahead and check out the channel. I got a lot of stuff on there, and yeah, so anyway, we're back into this now, and we're continuing along with the story. It's going to send you up to this place where you're going to see this trader's guide. Try and glide all the way down this hill so you don't have to run into any spiders and get chased and stopped. In the Hall of Algong, try and sneak your way through the enemies as fast as possible over here, so you don't have to fight them. Or if you just run through, I think you only get followed by 1 of the monkeys, so it also can save you a bit of time. Up here, you're just going to want to beeline up that hill and kill the enemies on the hill. You don't need to fight anything on your way to the hill after that little bit pays out. They're going to give you fast travel points, so make sure you take the fast travel points in this area instead of walking it. It will save you a lot of time. This little dungeon, make sure you grab the gun and shoot the mines on the ground. It'll save you a lot of time for clearing that one room. After you kill the boss, that's going to put you on level 45, so make sure you equip your weapon that you picked up, the new weapon that you got from the story quest. And yeah. So next we're going to go levels to 48. We're at 9 hours at this point of playing through the game. So we're making really, really good time. Anyway, still plugging through the story. Nothing too crazy here. I also switched to an assassin in this video because my recording got screwed up. My computer overheated and shut off while recording the Lim at about level 47, so I had to remake it and play through the whole game again as an assassin because I figured it would be the fastest way to go through, just to hide through everything. Anyway, this little Mushin part, just follow his cutscenes, do surveys in between, spin your daily dash, do whatever you got to do. Mushin's tower they changed, so you can just go ahead and fight Mushin. You don't have to do any of the travel to the Hogshead pasture or any of that. Make your way through, save the guys. For this part, try and stay ahead of them. After this first wave, try and kill the enemies before they get to them, otherwise the whole group of the army resets, and you have to go ahead and fight them all over again. When you get back over into the Silverfrost area over here, the Silverfrost dungeon, not Silverfrost dungeon, what is this place called? Oh my god, Grand Harbor Square. You're just plugging through story quests, and really the rest of the game is just a plug through story quests. There's a couple side quests that we do, but just once again, that's nothing that's going to make or break you experience-wise. For the final bit, because they changed the last quest to give, instead of giving you 50,000 experience, it gives you 140,000 to make sure basically at any point, if you started skipping side quests after like level 30ish, you won't have to worry about being underleveled. If you do skip the ones earlier in the game, you might actually come up a tiny bit short in the end, which would be quite annoying to waste all of the experience on another quest. But in that case, you can just go and do like a cold storage and pick up the experience and not have to worry about losing it all. Anyway, when you get back over here, once again, this is a Cerulean Order thing. Why I said pick Cerulean Order, it is closer than the Crimson Legion. The Crimson Legion's on the way on the other side of the map, so it does save you a lot of time to pick Cerulean Order. In this area, when you kill this boss, then go ahead and kill the boss area here. Make your way through this little dungeon bit and save the people, and then Granny's going to give you a necklace, so make sure you put the necklace on. But after that, you're going to get a fast travel point, and it's really just a bunch of fast traveling back and forth through Beastbog, through Zyway, and all over. But anyway, when you do all that fast traveling, you're going to get some nice items from this to help your character progress pretty decently, as well as experience points for these quests. So that's pretty good. Anyway, over here, when you get to Zyway, you're going to want to stop at the fast travel point by Merchant Square, just so you get the fast travel point. You might not get it if you don't go close enough to it. In this bit here, try and group all of the enemies together and kill them in that little criminal ring over there. In the school, the last lady in the school has a high evasion, so you're going to be missing a lot of your hits. Make sure you have CCs and stuff to knock her down so she doesn't keep punishing you offensively. For this bit here, these guys have a good amount of health and damage, so you want to be careful not to get CC chained by them, but in the end they're not too difficult. They're pretty comparable. So that is going to put you to level 48, and our final bit here is an hour and 45 minutes to put us to level 50, so we're just plugging through story. Put some music on as you see me there flagging back and forth between Pandora. But yeah, you just have to plug through the story, really. You're going to get some soul shields along the way here. The Ancestral Soul Shield, I do believe. No, actually you get the Silverfrost Soul Shield first, and then you'll get the Ancestral during the Chapter 5. This quest here is pretty long and drawn out. I think it takes about 8 minutes of just sitting there knocking off and defending enemies away. So it's pretty boring. But for these anchors, go ahead and kill the 3 enemies and move on to the next one. You don't have to wait for the anchor to be destroyed before the next one spawns. So you can just keep moving your way around. This Taos dungeon, you just have to walk through the gate to fight the guy. It saves you a whole bunch of time instead of just standing there and wondering what's going on. In this place, there's 3 bosses here, so be ready for that. You have to fight 2 at once at one point, so it is a little bit annoying since they do like to change CC. They changed that quest, so you only have to hit the lantern and then fight the enemy, so it saves you a bunch of time. For this quest here, just use the flamethrowers. Don't bother trying to actually DPS the boss down or fight it down. You're not going to do much damage to it, so it's really just not worth the time or the effort or the struggle or the annoyance. For this part, same thing. Pick up the machine gun and use it to be DPS down the boss. Over here, they give you the fast travel point after you do this flashback with Dochin. The flashback with Dochin does take up a lot of time, so it is pretty cinematic and nice, though, for your first playthrough. But once again, after like 10 times playing through it, I'm kind of over it. But anyway, so go ahead and continue along here. They give you the fast travel point back. You have to go and save the monks at the monastery. And then you kill away the Ebon Drakes that are ambushing you here. But then it gives you the Windstride point, which saves you probably about 8 minutes of walking, which is great. It was a great change that they added to the game. So then you just have to do that short walk over to this little cave area here. The Hall of Gong again. Beat Gong up with Sally and Ulan, something like that. They'll send you into the place where you're going to go ahead and retrieve the Emperor's seal. In here, try and kill the enemies before Jung Hado and the princess get to them. You don't want to have them fight the enemies and respawn, just like in any of the other ones where you have an escort quest. Over here, you got to pick up the flowers. You can reset the channel if you want to pick up the flowers without having to move. It saves you a bunch of time. Take the fast travel points between these points here. This next one you have to walk it. They don't give you a fast travel point, but they do give you a fast travel point for the dungeon in the next area. So go ahead and finish off this little dungeon bit here. And then fast travel back. Now, I would recommend waiting here, doing some inventory management, because it gives you the fast travel point to the next one, but you do have to wait about 2 minutes to go ahead and get that fast travel point. When you get back to that one and you fast travel to it, and then you fast travel away, it gives you the next fast travel point. I 100% recommend waiting. It's only about 45 seconds left you have to wait after killing through that area. It's going to give you another fast travel point once you reach Northreach. Do not use that fast travel point. Instead, walk around to this quest. Otherwise, you have to walk back down the hill and then back up. So it kind of defeats the purpose of the fast travel. Go ahead and kill the enemies here. This is a solid amount of experience. It's 2 quests, so like 200,000 experience. For this bit here, you don't actually need to play through the story bit there to listen to him talk. You can just go ahead and turn in the quest. Like I said, right there is where they changed it. That quest usually gave 50,000. Well, it still gives 50,000, but this quest used to also not give too much, but it gives you enough, the 140,000, which is enough to put you over the top and send you to level 50 at that point. So that is level 50 in just under 11 hours, 10 hours and 46 minutes. You saw it on the screen up there. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found it useful. Once again, if you want to see the condensed versions, or if this was too fast, or if it was too blurry, it was hurting your eyes, there are shorter versions, shorter, more broken up versions of each of these that are all done at 8 times speed. So go ahead and check those out. They're all linked in the description. And I'll see you at the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.